Namaskar, good evening. You are watching Rajya Sabha Television. I am Smriti Rastogi with News Tonight. Let's begin the bulletin with the top headlines. Summit meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin. 15 agreements signed in areas of defense, oil and natural gas and mining. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Eastern Economic Forum on Thursday. India and Africa natural partners, says Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu at the conclusion of the India-Africa Partnership in Changing Global Order Conference. Also asserts India's economy is strong enough and it does not interfere in anyone's internal affairs. Masood Azhar, Hafiz Zaid, Zakir Rahman Lakhvi and Dawood Ibrahim declared individual terrorists under the new UAPA Act. Parliament had approved a crucial amendment to Act last month. "19 people killed in blast at firecracker factory in Gurdaspur. Rescue work continues as several people feared trapped under the debris. President and Vice President tweet condolences. And RBI asks banks to link new floating rate loans to specified external benchmarks, including repo banks, asked to review loan rates every 3 months. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Russia on Wednesday on a 2-day visit and he was accorded a warm welcome on arriving in Vladivostok. He received a guard of honor at the airport. This visit to the Russian Far East region is the first by an Indian Prime Minister. On Thursday, Prime Minister Modi will attend the 5th Eastern Economic Forum as the chief guest at the invitation of President Putin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was also welcomed by the Indian community at Russia's Far Eastern Federal University in Vladivostok. Prime Minister Modi also held delegation-level talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Vladivostok at the 20th India-Russia Annual Summit. The two leaders discussed collaboration potential in trade and investment in the sectors of oil and gas, mining, nuclear energy, defense and security, air and maritime connectivity, transport, infrastructure, high-tech, outer space and people-to-people ties. Speaking at the summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanked President Putin for inviting him to participate in the Eastern Economic Forum.
आपने मुझे अपने देश के सबसे बड़ा नागरिक सम्मान देने की घोषणा की। उसके लिए मैं आपका और रूस के लोगों का आभारी हूं। यह हम दोनों देशों के लोगों के बीच विशेष मैत्री संबंधों को दर्शाता है और 1.3 बिलियन भारतीयों के लिए बहुत ही सम्मान का विषय है। रूस भारत का एक अभिन्न मित्र और विश्वसनीय साझेदार है। हमारी स्पेशल एंड प्रिविलेज्ड स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप का विस्तार करने पर आपने व्यक्तिगत ध्यान दिया है।
India and Russia signed 15 MOUs for cooperation in connectivity, oil and gas, deep sea exploration, space, energy and others.
Diamond, mining, rare earth, agriculture, timber, पल्प एंड पेपर तथा टूरिज्म में अनेक नई संभावनाएं उजागर हुई हैं और अब क्षेत्रों के बीच कनेक्टिविटी को बढ़ाने के लिए चेन्नई और व्लादिवोस्तोक के बीच मैरीटाइम रूट का प्रस्ताव भी किया गया है।
अपने सहयोग के सभी आयामों पर चर्चा की और जो निर्णय लिए गए थे पिछले शिखर बैठक के दौरान नई दिल्ली में, हमने इनके क्रियान्वयन की समीक्षा की और यह आज जो हमने संयुक्त वक्तव्य को अपनाया है ये इसमें प्रतिबिंबित है। कई सारे समझौते आज किए गए हैं विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में।
And earlier in the day, Prime Minister Modi paid a visit to Zvezda shipbuilding complex along with Russian President Vladimir Putin. In a special gesture, President Putin decided to accompany Prime Minister Modi. Both leaders discussed ways to deepen cooperation in shipbuilding. The visit was aimed at learning about Russia's exemplary capabilities in the shipbuilding sector, as well as to explore possibilities of cooperation in this area. And for more on this, we'll go across to our correspondent Akhilesh Suman, who is joining us from the newsroom. Akhilesh, what were the big takeaways from the meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin today?
You are right, Smriti. Actually, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Putin have spent a long time today. 2 hours before they went to delegation level talk, and the delegation level talk also lasted for almost 2 hours, and then President Putin has invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the dinner. So I think not less than 5 hours they have spent together in a day, given the fact that President Putin is also very busy with Eastern Economic Forum meeting. So I think it shows that how President Putin is giving importance to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And if you hear the words he used, my dear friend, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, my dear friend. So it shows that the bonhomie, the organic relationship between the two heads of the government is fantastic. And now there is a realization in both the countries, especially in Russia, that India-Russia relationship should not only be based on defense cooperation, it should go beyond that. And that is why the 15 agreement that had been signed today, it is futuristic in a way that it envisages the whole gamut of economic relationship between the two countries. And as the Foreign Secretary was telling, that it will encompass even the export of human resources, because Russia is very short in labor forces, either skilled or unskilled. So it is also trying to create employment opportunity for Indians in Russia, and I think this is one of the best things that Indians can go there, contribute in Russia, and also they can get employment. So this is one of the major takeaways from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because this is I think one of the first understanding between the two heads of government that Indians can go and work there, because Russia had been very strict in this way, because Russia had not been virtually allowing any country to go and work, but now it is. So I think it is an icebreaker between India and Russia. And other than that, if you see the whole understanding on the trade, increasing the cooperation in mining, increasing the cooperation in coal and gas, oil, I think it is opening the doors of Russians for Indians and India for Russia. In the age of recession, when the whole world is crying that the recession is coming, India and Russia has jointly decided that they can fight the recession, and also they told that we will also coordinate on foreign policy issues. And if you remember what happened after India abrogated Article 370, Russia stood behind India very strongly,
right,
not only in the statements but also in Security Council. And I think this meeting has gelled the two countries further.
Right. And Akhilesh, also tell us what is on the itinerary of Prime Minister for tomorrow?
Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow is also very busy, and you know that Prime Minister will be the chief guest in Eastern Economic Forum that has been called by Russia. And Eastern Economic Forum provides an opportunity for the world leaders to interact among themselves and also find economic investment opportunity in the far east of Russia. So, if you go through the itinerary, tomorrow Prime Minister Narendra Modi is meeting Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe first in the morning, and after that he is also meeting Prime Minister of Malaysia Mahathir Mohamad. And the third meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi is taking is with President of Mongolia. So these are the three dignitaries with whom Prime Minister Narendra Modi is meeting before he is going to join Eastern Economic Forum. And then he is also going to visit India Business Pavilion that has been established there in Eastern Economic Forum, and it is to showcase India's capacity to invest in other countries and also India's capacity for other countries to invest in India. So I think Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to interact with business people also there. Whoever business people are there, he will interact with them. And after that, Prime Minister is going to have a luncheon meeting with the leaders at Eastern Economic Forum. And after that, around 4 p.m. Russian time, that will be around 11:30 a.m. in India. He will be addressing the Eastern Economic Forum, and after that there will be a joint meeting with President Putin, and they will be visiting the judo championship that is taking place in Russia, where Indian team is also participating. So I think Prime Minister has a very busy schedule tomorrow, and after that he will fly to Delhi in the night.
All right, Akhilesh. Thank you so much, Akhilesh, for joining us and giving us all those details on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Vladivostok. Moving on to some more news, India's most wanted men, Dawood Ibrahim, Hafiz Saeed, Zakir-ur-Rahman Lakhvi and Masood Azhar have been declared terrorists by the government under the new anti-terror law. The decisions have been taken nearly a month after Parliament approved a crucial amendment to the Unlawful Activities Prevention Amendment Act 1967. According to the UAPA, earlier only a group could be declared as terrorist organization. The amendments made in the act allows government to declare even an individual a terrorist. And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu addressed the National Conference on India-Africa Relations in the Changing Global Order in New Delhi on Wednesday. Calling Africa an important trade and investment partner, Naidu said that India and Africa have a bond of long traditions of friendship, civilizational contacts, historical goodwill, mutuality of world views and interests. He added that India would stand with Africa for a just, representative and democratic global order.
India and Africa have always been natural partners in civilization, culture and progress. The bonding has been forged by the long traditions of friendship, civilizational contacts, historical goodwill, shared experiences, mutuality of world views and interests. And I visited last time some of the African countries. I found everywhere there is so much enthusiasm to work with India because of our civilizational links, because of Mahatma Gandhi and the non-violence and peace. These are the areas which makes them more to look towards India.
Further commenting on the current state of Indian economy, he said that India is sure to bounce back from the slowdown very soon.
My dear friends, I would like to assure you, the Indian economic fundamentals are strong. They are stable. Because of the series of reforms we have taken and also the recession worldwide, there may be some temporary effect. But don't worry, India is on the move. It will move faster in the coming days after the initial this thing, and it will be able to achieve its target.
And the third round of talks between Indian and Pakistani officials over the Kartarpur corridor concluded on Wednesday without finalizing an agreement. The talks hit a roadblock as India rejected Pakistan's demand of charging a service fee from Indian pilgrims and not allowing protocol officials to accompany them. India has urged the Pakistani side to reconsider its position. In some other decisions, both sides agreed on visa-free travel by Indian pilgrims to Gurdwara Darbar Sahib in Pakistan using the Kartarpur corridor. Pakistan agreed to allow 5,000 Indian pilgrims to visit the Gurdwara every day. The two sides agreed that additional pilgrims will be allowed on special occasions like Baisakhi. Persons of Indian origin holding OCI card too can visit the Gurdwara through the Kartarpur corridor.
Persistent inflexibility shown by Pakistan, the agreement fell short of finalization today. Pakistan has insisted on charging a service fee for allowing pilgrims to visit Gurdwara Kartarpur Sahib. Now this is, from our point of view, extremely repugnant to the spirit of this pilgrimage for this holy occasion. We have persisted on, and since this is our commitment to our people, pilgrims, that this will be a holy, this will be free of any charge. So we persisted with our request, but I am sorry to say Pakistan has shown extreme inflexibility on this issue.
The MEA has slammed Pakistan for unruly demonstration and vandalism at the Indian High Commission in London. Thousands of people led by British Pakistani groups held a protest outside the Indian Embassy on Tuesday against withdrawal of special status to Jammu and Kashmir. The demonstration was the second protest in London in less than a month. A violent protest had taken place outside the Indian mission on 15th of August as well. The Indian High Commission said that a violent protest caused damage to the embassy premises and has urged the UK to take punitive action against those involved. MEA spokesperson Ravish Kumar called these incidents to be unacceptable by Indian UK Foreign Secretary, has also condemned violence outside the Indian embassy.
I thank my honourable friend. He's absolutely right. Any violence is deplorable. It shouldn't be conducted in this country or anywhere else for that matter, at any individual communities. What we now need to do is try and reduce those tensions, but also on a positive side, build up confidence-building measures to allow proper dialogue between the communities in Kashmir, but also between India and Pakistan.
Meanwhile, two Pakistani infiltrators with the Lashkar-e-Taiba links were caught while trying to enter Kashmir last month. This was informed by top security forces in a joint press briefing in Srinagar on Wednesday. The two infiltrators were apprehended from Baramulla on 21st of August. Two videos were played during the press briefing showing the apprehended Pakistanis confessing to infiltration.
Pakistan is desperate to infiltrate maximum terrorists into Kashmir Valley. All the launch pads as of now are full and infiltration attempts are being made every day to infiltrate the terrorists into Kashmir Valley to disrupt peace. In one such attempt, on 21st of August, Pakistani citizens who belong to proscribed terrorist outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba were apprehended live by the Indian Army.
And with that, we'll slip into a very quick break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back. 19 people have been killed in a blast at a firecracker factory in Batala of Gurdaspur district on Wednesday. Several people are feared trapped under the debris. The blast took place around 4 p.m. at the factory located in a residential area. Under the impact of the blast, a few nearby buildings have also been damaged. Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh expressed shock over the loss of life in the incident. Teams of NDRF and SDRF have been deployed for the rescue operation.
अभी हमें ये नहीं पता एग्जैक्टली यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, क्योंकि इस वक्त जो हमारे पास खबरें हैं उनकी बेसिस पे हम असर्टेन नहीं कर पा रहे कि एग्जैक्टली क्या हुआ है. ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा, फिर पता लगेगा.
डेथ रोल कितना है सर?
अभी 19 लोगों के मरने की हमारे पास डेड बॉडीज हमने रिसीव की, कैजुअलिटीज विच इज़ ह्यूज नंबर हमारे पास आया है. 20 लोग हमारे पास अभी इंजर्ड हैं जिनका इलाज हम सिविल हॉस्पिटल बटाला में कर रहे हैं, और सात लोग हैं जिनको हमने रेफर किया है वो अमृतसर के लिए.
Meanwhile, President Ram Nath Kovind also expressed grief over the incident. He took to Twitter saying, and I quote, "Saddened to learn about the loss of lives due to an explosion at a firecracker factory in Batala in Punjab. Condolences to bereaved families impacted by this tragedy and wishing an early recovery to those injured." Meanwhile, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu took to Twitter. He expressed his sadness over the loss of lives in the explosion in a firecracker factory in Gurdaspur. And in a move that will make home loans and auto loans cheaper from October, the Reserve Bank of India on Wednesday asked banks to mandatorily link their loan products to key repo rates or external benchmarks. Following the latest order, the banks will now be forced to pass on the multiple rate cuts the RBI has made in recent monetary policy meetings for faster transmission to rate cut to borrowers. RBI has also directed the banks to adopt a uniform external benchmark within a loan category. The change will come into effect from 1st of October 2019. And in an exclusive interview with the Rajya Sabha television, Deputy Chairman of the Upper House, Harivansh, called the recently concluded Mali Summit a success. The Mali Declaration, adopted at the South Asian Speakers Summit in Maldives on Monday, rejected all assertions by Pakistan on Kashmir. The declaration was adopted a day after India thwarted an attempt by Pakistan to raise the Kashmir issue during the summit. Our correspondent Arvind Kumar Singh spoke to the Deputy Chairman.
भारत बड़ा शालीन देश है, पर हम अपने मर्यादा पर अगर कोई गलत तरीके से अगर कोई कुछ कहना चाहे तो उसका प्रतिरोध करना भी गांधीवादी तरीके से जानते हैं. तो हमने गांधीवादी तरीके से पहली आपत्ति यह की कि ये उल्लेख हो ही नहीं सकता. दो कारण से नहीं हो सकता. पहला कि किसी भी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंच पर और जहां एसडीजी के एजेंडा तय हैं और 2 दिन का लगभग ये समय है, 1.5 दिन का, जिसमें इन्हीं पर तय है कि बात होनी है, कोई और बात हो नहीं सकती. और खुद आज जो माले की मजलिस यानी संसद थी, वो उसमें इस साउथ एशियन स्पीकर्स की बैठक के आरंभ में ही वहाँ के होस्ट कंट्री के जो हमारे हिज एक्सेलेंसी प्रेसिडेंट स्पीकर थे, उन्होंने आईपीयू के इंटर पार्लियामेंट्री यूनियन के जो सेक्रेटरी जनरल थे, स्पष्ट कर दिया था कि इसमें इसी मुद्दा से कोई और बात नहीं कर सकते. तो हमारे देश का अंदरूनी मुद्दा उठा रहे थे, तो हमने पहली आपत्ति की कि ये हो ही नहीं सकता, ये तो इसको जगह ही नहीं मिलनी चाहिए, इसमें ये कैसे अलाउ किया जा रहा है.
And according to a report by the World Economic Forum, India has moved up 6 places to the rank of 34th on the World Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index, driven by rich natural and cultural resources and strong price competitiveness. India's ranking improved from 40th to 34th, the greatest improvement over 2017 among the top 25% of all countries ranked in the report. India greatly improved its business environment, overall TNT policy and enabling conditions, infrastructure and information and communications technology readiness. As per the report, China, Mexico, Malaysia, Thailand, Brazil and India, which are not high-income economies but rank in the top 35 in the overall list, stand out in the cultural resources and business travel pillar through their combination of rich natural and cultural resources and strong price competitiveness. Ahead of the assembly polls in Haryana, Congress leader Kumari Shailja will take over as the party's chief in Haryana. The Congress on Wednesday appointed the senior Congress leader as Haryana unit chief. Shailja replaces Ashok Tanwar as the Haryana Pradesh Congress committee chief. Former State Chief Minister Bhupendra Singh Hooda was appointed Congress Legislative Party leader. And India's moon lander Vikram is all set to land on the moon on 7th of September, with Indian Space Research Organisation completing the second and final deorbital operations successfully this morning. The 9-second deorbiting maneuver was executed at 3:42 a.m. using the onboard propulsion system. With this operation, the required orbit for Vikram to commence its descent towards the surface of Moon is achieved. The touchdown on the Moon's south polar region will be between 1:30 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. on 7th of September. Following the landing, the rover Pragyan will roll out from Vikram between 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. on 7th of September and carry out experiments on the lunar surface for a period of 1 lunar day, which is equal to 14 Earth days. The mission life of the lander is also 1 lunar day, while the orbiter will continue its mission for a year. And that's all we have for you in this edition of News Tonight. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.